was born in Ahmedabad only and brought up here only. I was born in a family of 3. So there was mom, dad and my elder sister, Rebecca. I was a Darshil Safari of my family. Okay, so I was doing everything that I was not supposed to do. Basically sleeping in classes, फिर looking for dogs, उनकी जू मारना धूप में बैठ के. I did not like, studying whatever, but I was having fun. And my parents never compared me to my elder sister because she was a very bright kid and she had beautiful handwriting and I couldn't write my name straight. But I think what helped me was that there was no pressure on me whatsoever. I did not have to be like Didi. I did not have to be like anybody else. I was allowed to be myself all throughout. I think I was in the 6th grade and my sister was in the 8th grade. And I used to play basketball back then. So I was learning how to play. So I used to wear shorts and I used to go for basketball. So one day our neighbor, she just walks into our house and then she's talking to mom and she's like, एक काम करो उषा बेन છે ને તમે તમારી છોકરીઓને છે ને શોર્ટી ના પહેરાવો એટલે ખરાબ અસર થશે અમારા બે બાબા છે और वो भैया लोगों की भी उम्र हमसे थोड़ी ज़्यादा कम मतलब they must be 1 or 2 years older to us or younger to us. So then my mom was like, no, my daughters will wear shorties. And if you have a problem, ask your sons not to look at my daughters. And so my parents gave a very cold shoulder to the whole thing. We never stopped wearing shorts. The outcome of this was that भैया लोगों को भी शॉर्ट्स पहनने को मिल गए क्योंकि वो बेचारे घर पे भी पैंट्स पहनते थे. I admire the 2 women that I've lived with the most, my mother and my sister. My mother, she has a grit of a lioness. I lost my dad in 2010, right? And before that, I was this brat. I didn't know. I knew how to drive, but I wouldn't drive because dad is there and he will send a driver and I will. सारे नखरे करते थे वो सारे उठा लिए जाते थे. Suddenly, when in 2010, my dad passed away and I didn't know what to do. And we had to grow up. I had to grow up. So I looked at my mother and I thought she's going to be distraught completely. She will not know what to do. And in a week's time, she's telling us, look, you all can start going to your jobs. I don't want any of you all sitting at home. I don't want any of you all weeping unnecessarily. Yes, we will miss him. And it's something that's very natural. But getting on with your jobs, excelling there is what would make him happy. Let's just start work. We started our jobs in 10 days. She started her job in 15 days. And we were all trying to get back to normal. And I think I get this strength from my mother and from my sister who've not, taken no for an answer. Not because they are like, they want to be the fighters or whatsoever, but they know the kind of strength they have and they can pull it off. And that is where I get it from. That is where I feel that there's this one sentence that my mother keeps saying. No matter what, if you're alive, it's not the end of the world. I think that just sums it up for me. When I lost my dad, na tabhi koi realization aaya that dude, nobody's coming to pay my bills. Nobody's coming to put my car to the garage. Nobody's getting fuel filled in my tank. Okay. So I don't give a damn of what other people have to say. If I am doing that, if I am sleeping with a conscience that is clean, I don't think I need to be answerable to anybody. I think I can be an air hostess and I have all the qualities and this, that and the other, and I just wanted to apply and I applied. And the first time I went for a jet interview, I didn't know how to dress up or do whatever. The next time I went for the Etihad interview and out of 400 people they selected only 20 and I was one of them. And I was so happy because it was a lifelong dream and nobody in my family had anything to do with flying. They are all very padhaku people, all very sincere, genuine people. But those 2 years of flying, I think they've made a world of difference. A world of difference. The kind of exposure, living out, meeting people of so many nationalities, 80 nationalities I can count, and just being with them. Okay, and just breaking stereotypes in and out has been wonderful, has been fantastic. In Paris, right? And I was this young 23-year-old, all pretty looking in Paris, standing near the Eiffel Tower, and it's all glowing, and I was glowing, and I was thinking of my boyfriend, and I'm thinking whatever. And then suddenly something struck me, I was there. I was in the city of love, but I was not happy. And I was like, okay, I don't know what is wrong, something is missing from this frame now. And I realized that I need to do more, and I have to do something with writing. And after that flight, when I got back to base, which was Abu Dhabi, and I gave my parents a call and I told them, look, I think I will not renew my contract. So everybody was shocked, shell-shocked, because I was doing good, and for a 23, 24-year-old, the package that I had was wow. I was telling my parents I have to come back, I have to do something that I like and something that is more fulfilling. I don't see myself doing this 5 years from now, so I'd rather start doing something that I can see myself doing for a longer run. Then Caroline realizes that she has to start afresh, so she goes to an NGO and she says, look, I want to do writing for you guys. And they're like, okay, but we can't pay you, you have to be an intern here. I said, no, you've got to pay me because I have to stay motivated. If I have to use even this as a pocket money, I need some motivation. And after a lot of jig, they agreed to pay me $7,000. And when I come and I tell my parents very proudly कि पता है मैंने $7,000 negotiate किया, and they're looking at me like, really babe? Parents are like, are you serious? You've chosen this life for yourself? I was like, yes, I have chosen this life for myself. And उस time पे sitting there at 24, I promised myself that by 30 I'm going to be the editor somewhere. I don't know how and I don't know where, but I have to be the editor somewhere. And in 3 years time there was so much that happened. I took a promotion, I became the senior copywriter for that place. I left, I joined an ID, I worked for their magazine. I taught at Bhavan's college as communications faculty. From there I joined a DNA as a senior copy editor. I left that place as a senior correspondent. I used to write columns. They would put my picture and my name along with my columns, and all of that at 30. And I was so proud of myself, so proud of myself. जब मैंने प्रिंट में निकाल लिया टाइम ना, फिर मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा था कि आँख बंद करके भी मैं न्यूज़पेपर प्रिंट कर सकती हूँ. हो गया मेरा. तब मेरे को रियलाइज़ हुआ कि अब अगर मैंने शिफ्ट नहीं लिया तो मैं आगे कुछ सीख नहीं पाऊँगी. मुझे डर लगने लग गया था उस बात का. तब मैंने रेडियो ट्राई किया. जब मैं रेडियो के लिए रेडियो मिर्ची, माई फर्स्ट एवर रेडियो एक्सपीरियंस इज मिर्ची, एंड आई थिंक दिस विल बी माई लास्ट. आई एम इन लव विद दिस प्लेस, एब्सोल्युटली. So when I went there and I told them I have no radio experience, why would you hire somebody in a leadership role who has no radio experience? And they're like, we are looking for somebody who is balanced. Radio will teach you. I started from Baroda, programming head Baroda Radio Mirchi. I learned the tricks of the trade. मुझे पहले 6 महीने को पूछा आपका जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन क्या था, मैं बोलते हाँ कुछ कर लेती हूँ, मतलब आप जो रेडियो पे सुनते हो वो मैं करती हूँ. फिर मुझे समझ आया 6 महीने के बाद कि भाई एक प्रोग्रामिंग हेड का काम ये होता है कि आप ये जो लंबे चौड़े आरजे देखते हो ऑफिस में घूमते हो, आप उनकी माँ हैं, ठीक है. यू हैव टू ट्रीट देम लाइक योर किड बिकॉज दे विल फीड आउट ऑफ योर हैंड्स, एब्सोल्युटली. So everything that goes on air and that goes off air, whatever happens in the office is your headache as a programming head. And I loved every single day at Mirchi at what I did. And sooner than later I learned what I learned. And here also God was on my side and hard work and luck was on my side. That in 1 year and a few months, 3 months, I got promoted from being the programming head to the cluster programming head, and I was shifted to Ahmedabad then. I've used in all my careers and in everything that I do is consistency. There are days when I just don't want to show up, when I just don't want the world to see me, when I've screwed up so bad that I really can't see myself in the mirror and I'm like, dude, how did I do this? In spite of a day like this, in spite of no matter how bad it has been, I've still showed up. Okay. And thankfully I've got people around me who are like, okay, हो गया, तुमने सीख लिया इसमें से, क्या गलती थी, हाँ सीख लिया, अब आगे बढ़ो. There was a point in Mirchi where I just thought I will quit, and every single day I would go to the office, and my boss then back in Baroda, he realized that I was in this zone, right? And he would only tell me one thing before I left office every single day: Caroline, you're not sending a resignation in today. If you feel like putting your papers down, come tomorrow, we'll talk and then we'll see. And when I was going home for weekends, I was coming to Ahmedabad for weekends, he would tell me, Caroline, you're not sending your papers in during this weekend. If you feel like putting your papers in, we'll talk about it on Monday and then. And trust me, that 1 month, it was April where we were talking about this, where I was like all distraught. I just wanted to give up. And faith from one person, faith बोलो, शर्म बोलो, रिस्पेक्ट बोलो, उन्होंने मेरे को बोला कि आप पेपर्स नहीं अपने पुट इन करोगे, और मेरे को भी ये लग रहा था यार बॉस ने बोला है, मैं कैसे, मतलब हाउ डू आई क्रॉस दिस. And I didn't put in my papers, and May was a game changer. Everything changed right from my perspective to how, just, you know, the domino effect, one thing just leads to another and everything just fell in place. I found my confidence. I found how I could work with people I didn't know. I found how I could work with people who didn't like me at all, who didn't like seeing my face in the morning, but I still liked, and I came to my work and I did a good job. I've experienced it, that if a male boss has to say no, then he doesn't have to explain his no's. But if I have to say a no, I was expected to give an explanation, which I did indulge in the beginning. I would explain why I'm not giving you a chutti. I would explain why I'm not doing this for you. And the more I would explain, the more I would need to explain. And I realized that there was no point. People would only see and understand what they want to see and understand. And I realized that I have the same authority and power to do what a male boss can. And I left it there. And people thought I was rude, arrogant, shrewd. Okay, I'll live with it. And it became easier for me. It became easier for me to function as a boss. If I, as a leader, have faith in my team, especially women, and I'm not insecure by the way they look, by the way they dress, by the way they talk, I think half the battle is achieved there. If somebody wants to climb the ladder, I will hold the ladder for them. Right? That has to change. Change in family setups, change in office, in corporate worlds, everywhere it has to change. And there is competition, agreed, you know, competition is very healthy, but there has to be empowerment along with competition. And there is room for everybody. I think the room at the top is empty. So many of us can be there, you know, and I would clap for every single person entering that room. Why not? And through, like you said, how we try and do this when we do programming, we talk a lot about women issues, and we don't kind of make them issues, you know. If my RJ has to go and talk about periods or a sanitary napkin, they will do it as normally as you and I would do it. The latest one being, I don't know if I should say this on camera or if you should put it in this thing, but there is a song latest that says, पीने के बाद मैं होती risky, I'm a bad girl, मुझे ला दे whiskey. So I was fighting with my superiors. I'm fighting with my superiors. I'm like, why are we playing this song? Who says a woman who has whiskey is a bad girl? So I can change the song, right? It's a popular song now. I'm going to play the song. So I tell my jocks that, listen, when this song is about to play, you will go on air and you will make fun of the lyrics in the song, right the wrong, and then play the song. At any given point of time, when lakhs of people are listening to you, you do it even more responsibly. Pehle you could do a mistake and get away with it. Now everybody knows they will not tune into your channel if you've been doing all these jumlas only. Then, when you're operating in media, or when you want to join, or when you see that you may be playing a vital role here, is that when in media, you're not allowed to judge people. Right? You're only allowed to report. No matter what, no matter if you're an anchor, you're a host, you have a show of your own, you are only allowed to inform people. If you want people to make opinions, then give them the right information. And I think people are smart enough to pick up what they want and leave what doesn't work for them. That's the biggest mistake. The trial by media has to stop. They have to be, first of all, they have to be informed. Half-baked truths. They're so lethal, so lethal. You just know something and then you think, this must have happened. and then you just go out and say it. Not allowed in media. Go do your own homework, go research. Even when you're taking a very simple interview, go do your research. Think about how you want to represent this and then do it.